Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest video from Salty Walty in the Prototype Psycho Gundam. Really happy for him that he got this. I know he'd been wanting this and the mass production Psycho Gundam, which is fairly similar, I believe. And I believe it had also been a while since he got anything new in the gacha, so yeah, really glad he got this. He said it is pretty much just his style in terms of how it plays, so yeah, that's great. It is really good. It is a melee monster with a ranged melee attack, very rare, damage type as I've mentioned before, and also an incom beam gun, bunch of other beam guns, plenty of tools to help it approach, and very good stun resistance, which is increased when it goes into its Psycho Frenzy mode at about half health. That lasts around 90 seconds, I believe. So, yeah, once that's up, you take more damage, but you do more damage, and you're, harder to stun. So, it's definitely an interesting machine. And, yeah, it also has that really downswing. And, yep, decent counter. Just good. And, yep, there's the downwards punch, and that took out the enemy for him. I think that was a Rigazi, so yeah, type advantage definitely works well for this, obviously. But works well for everybody, but yeah, just, man, you can just really crush melee raids with this if you're lucky. But yeah, like I said, I like it. I have not gotten it on my personal accounts, but that's okay. I will get it in time. Everything hits tickets in time, especially 2 and 3 stars, so I may not get the Red Gundam, for instance, until sometime next year, but I will get it. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen the White Gundam as a token pack suit yet. That feels like that would be an appropriate thing, but let's see. Yeah, the one thing that the mass production Psycho is not has going against it is stubby little arms. I thought that tackle was going to take, honestly, but it got him away from the enemy at least, so that's not bad. Yeah, and that beam bayonet, of course, has, reach of a mile, so it can be counter-tackled if you're ready for that, but yeah. This is, yeah, as you can probably tell from the glow, Salty is now in Psycho Frenzy mode, so yeah. Damage up, defense down, attack power up, and again, harder to stun. I learned that, I learned, like, the practical function of that the hard way. Because, yeah, I think he downed that Zeta and just took it right out. Nice. But yeah, I learned the practical function of that the hard way because I was doing a request with the Shars DJ, which will probably go up tomorrow. And, yeah, it heavy staggers when its gun is charged. And once it was in frenzy mode, the prototype Psycho Gundam shrugged that off, which I'm glad it shrugged it off from a great distance, but still, that was kind of scary. Let's see. Grazed the toe. 10,000 damage. That was no graze. Absolutely shredded the toes of that Denanzon. And, yeah, it is, 10,000 damage directly to the feet. It is definitely limping away. Unfortunately, yeah, Salty is almost out of health, but yeah, definitely got his money's worth out of that life. Yeah, you may have noticed that the tackle causes knockdown, just like the melee attacks do once it's in Psycho Frenzy. The melee attacks cause knockdown all the time, Zogok style, but yeah, the Psycho Frenzy means that the tackle does too. Like I said, this thing is kind of scary. It has to really get its full power. It has to reach you, which is not always hard, because again, stubby little T-Rex arms, but also just, yeah, it's really, really hard. Let's see, that is pretty good. I may be wrong, but it seems like that despite the fact that it is ranged melee damage, it does not have quite as much stopping power as most melee attacks do. Things that would otherwise, stop somebody don't always, from what I was seeing. It looked like a couple of people managed to just get through that. That Justice Shazar Type A was not one of them, however, because, yeah, that got hit with ranged melee and fell right out of the sky. And, yeah, that was a good kill. So, yeah, this thing is, like I said, this thing's kind of scary. It is strong. But, Like I said, hoping I get it for myself at some point, but yeah. Just the fact that in addition to having all of these up close abilities, it has a good amount of ranged weapons to stop things too. Kind of amazing. I guess that was just a boost. It looked like a tackle from here, but yeah, tackle would not have gotten interrupted like that. And ranged weapon goes out. Psychomu punch is pretty much ready to go. I mentioned during the test drive, but in case you did not see, the Psychomu weapons cannot be used while used while boosting. That is, which is good because yeah, just this thing would functionally have no weaknesses if it did not have to not be boosting to, use a stunning attack. Because yeah, both the shotgun and the incoms can't be used while boosting, unlike most shotgun type weapons or beam, spread gun types mounted in the chest. This is one of the few that doesn't. So yeah, I feel like that's appropriate for what this thing can do. Psycho Bawu just took a 5,100 point hit. Unfortunately, that other team member did walk into it, but yeah, and that time just like getting the damage while you can. Seal. And yeah, that Shazar's almost down. But right now, this Denanzan is, well, laggy, but also, yeah, it is its own problem. Let's see. The Shazar probably over there. I don't think that's it. Yeah, no, that's the Zeta. Shazar has health and has health, and it was down on stealth. Yes, that's perfectly perfectly understandable, perfectly logical. That's cool. But let's see. Yeah, about a minute left. Salty's team has a really good lead. It's not a guaranteed victory from here, but odds seem good. But yeah. And one thing I do like about it is that you can still fire your ranged weapon if you have the melee incom out, because I'm pretty sure those are the ones that use opposite hands. But or maybe I've got it backwards. But there's one of the things that you can use with your ranged weapon. I'm pretty sure it is the melee incom, because yeah, the ranged one he just used had the right arm come off. So. And let's see, good shots there with the shotgun weapon. Did not quite stun, but yeah, this one person is very isolated with a tiny little bit of time left. So yeah, they're just getting out of there to not give up more points, and I get it. There's the Shazar, which yeah, that was going to be a fight if the timer had not run out. But yeah, good round. This thing is, like I said, this thing's really good. And let's take a look at the final stats. 5220 for Salty, 6-1, and 152,000 damage. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty solid. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. Thank you much, Salty, for sending this my way. And until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! So I'm still messing with G-Generation Eternal, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. The one thing that about it compared to the older G-Gen games that is kind of missing to me is battleships just play a much smaller part in Eternal than in previous games. In previous games, you could use them to resupply your units and shuttle them across the battlefield or pick up captured units. And in this one, if they're story important, they'll show up as commandable units, and otherwise they're kind of just relegated to supporters. Like each of your two squads can equip one that gives bonuses based on various like attributes that each of the suits have. Like some suits gives bonuses, or some ships give bonuses specific to a series. Like if you get Lacus Klein in the Eternal, I believe they give Gundam Seed series bonuses specifically. I got Bright in the White base, and they are, Mobile Suit Gundam only. And there are also some generic battleships you can get that give UC series and alternative series their own bonuses. So that, but so they're still useful, and they do increase the power of the squads you equip them to, but they're just, they're not as detailed in their usage as they were in older G-Gen games, which, kind of a shame, but otherwise I am still enjoying it, and it's, it's a decent game. It's definitely a departure from the older G-Gens in some way, but I still like it. And also, just for the record, G-Quux mobile suits count as Mobile Suit Gundam, basically, I think, because they're not obviously not going to have their own story mode to attach to, at the very least, until G-Quux is finished running.